Hey everybody, this is Mike with you today, and obviously as you can see we are doing a Q&A today, but before I do my whole Q&A, I want to thank you guys so much for 13,000 plus subscribers. It's been real good. You guys have been super supportive, so we're already over just 13k, and so that's what I want to thank you guys so much on. And lots of you guys requested this Q&A, so here I am doing this Q&A for you guys. So starting off with the first question is, what do I record with? The answer to that, I use an ElGato HD60 capture card. Now, I said this 100 million times. Obviously, some of you guys know this, but always, I always get this question. So it is a card. I can actually show you guys this card right here. Obviously, it's a HD60. As you can see, the 60 means it just records at 60 frames per second. Older versions do 30 frames per second, but this is 60 frames per second. And a little, sub questions on it. A lot of you guys ask, is it free? Is it a free recording thing or whatever? This is not free. I got this over 2 years ago, so prices now have changed and everything. If you want to check out the prices, you would just have to Amazon or go to eBay and check it out, because obviously I got this a while ago, so there was different prices back then. But you can go ahead and search it yourself, get it, different prices or whatnot. But it wasn't free. And also, how does it work? And stuff like that. So obviously, as you can see, there are two wires over here, the ones that that are used. These two right here, I have them right here to show you guys. So this is just an HDMI cable. This first one right here is just HDMI, and the second one is mini USB. These are the ones that plug into the ElGato. Obviously it's pretty simple, you just plug it in. And then I have the other end. This is obviously the other HDMI that goes in the backside of my computer. And then I have another USB that goes obviously on my backside of my computer too. So it's all connected into my computer. And there is a software that I use to, that connects with this game capture to record. Now, the reason why I have this is because it doesn't lag. It doesn't make my computer lag at all. If you guys have a really fast PC or something overclocked or some, really good, computer that can handle Tanki while recording, and, you got 60 frames per second, you do not need this thing at all. But I have a weaker computer and I can't do that. Why don't I use Miller's Action? Because it makes my computer lag and I can't play Tanki. I'll have, 7 FPS. So I need this thing to help my computer out. And it also is really, really cool. It does my live stream encoding for me, so it encodes it to YouTube. This is the device that makes me, makes live streams possible for me. So this is really handy device for me. All in all, I would suggest using it if you have a weaker PC or just basically that's what it's for. Also, this ElGato card can be used with PS3, Xbox 360, or some other, if you guys want to use any other platforms to record with, this will do that for you. Now, someone commented to me, actually, they said, Michael, I bought this thing and I have a really old PC and it doesn't work, because there is a minimum requirement of how old or new your PC has to be. So if it's super old, it's not gonna work. It's gonna have to be your responsibility, if you're investing in this thing, to know that if your computer is compatible with this thing or not. If your thing isn't an ancient computer, then it should be pretty compatible. So yeah. Okay guys, so the next question up is what do I use to edit with? Now obviously as you see in the background, there is a video playing using my editing software, and that is a future video, so if you guys go ahead and take a look while I'm talking, but this is Adobe Premier CC. Now I used to edit with Final Cut Pro. I used to love Final Cut Pro. Once I switched to Adobe, at first I really did not like it. I was so used to Final Cut Pro. I was, familiar with all the things. Now after editing with, with Premiere, it's like going back to Final Cut would be so bad. I'm so used to it. I love it. Everything is just laid out so nice, so simple to learn. It looks nice, and I just love it. It's really good. Some of you guys might ask, how much does that cost? Now, just Premiere Pro would be $20 a month, but you can purchase with some discounts that Adobe can sometimes give you the whole entire Adobe suite, which obviously Photoshop, Lightroom, AI, any of that stuff. If you would ever need it, the whole entire suite for $42 a month. So it really depends on what you need. If you just need an editing program, then obviously that's what I use, Premiere Pro. You don't I'm not saying you have to use it, but I think if you would choose to use Premiere Pro, you would absolutely love it. It's the best program ever. So that's all I gotta say, and let's move on to the next question. Also guys, a fun fact is Tanki Online developers, the guys who make the vlog, they use it themselves, so it must be pretty good. If you guys never even known, the vlog has so many crazy effects and everything. They just put a lot of effort into that, but they use Adobe Premiere Pro. So moving on. So the next question is, what is my computer specs? I'll be sharing those with you guys right now. I have a 2008 Mac Pro, 8 cores, which each core with 2.8 megahertz, but I upgraded the RAM to 32 gigs, and I also upgraded the video card from a GT 120 all the way up to an NVIDIA GTX 750, which is a big upgrade. We upgraded the hard drive from an all the regular 7200 RPM mechanical drive to an SSD, otherwise known as solid state hard drive, OCZ, and I purchased a PCIe adapter that allows the hard drive to be read at a full 500 megabits a second, because this older computer has a SATA 2 slots, and the hard drive read and write limit is only 250 megabits a second, but plugging in this SSD through PCIe card enables SSD to work at a full 500 megabits a second. So my computer restarts within a few seconds, and all my apps are overall really fast. So I hope you guys enjoyed the Geek Talk. Now we are going to be moving on to the next question. The next question is, what headset and microphone do I use? Now the headset is, with the microphone is with the headset. They're together, they're a pair, they're together, they're a pair. So my microphone is connected to my headphones. Now which ones do I use? I have them right here. I can show you guys. These are the Turtle Beach PX22. Now how do you know if that's good? Well, it's obviously good because it says MLG right here. So these are MLG headphones. Guys, these are like top of the line. If you want good quality sound from your voice and you never had that, these are the headphones to buy. If you have a high-pitched voice, don't worry. They actually come with a little box that you can increase your bass with. So little kids, you're good. So moving on to the next question. This question is multiple questions combined into one. It's, what is your intro song? What is your ending song? What is your song at 22 minutes 05 seconds? It's 99% of the songs I use are from NCS aka no copyright sounds. I use 99% of my songs from them. Usually it's the same good ones over and over again. The reason why I can't include anything else, any popular hip hop songs or anything really else, is because I will get copyrighted. My channel will get copyrighted, and I won't be in good standing with YouTube if I do that. So I'm kind of forced to put the best music that I can that is no copyright, which is NCS. So that's what I put. So once again, moving on to the next question. Next one is going to be, Michael, can you add me to your friends list? Probably the question a lot of you guys have been waiting for. So I have two main kind of topics to do about this. Number one, I accept everyone on Sour Lemon. So if you want to go on my noob account, Sour-Lemon, as you can see in the live stream, my other videos, I accept everyone. So that's a guaranteed way. It's still me. It's just not my big account. But the real reasons why I don't really accept on my That One Michael account is because well, there's two of them. First one is when I'm doing an LP. I used to actually accept for a really long time. I accepted up until probably 4,000 subscribers on my old channel, which means I had about 4,000 friends in my friends list. So when I'm doing LPs, I'm constantly receiving a whole bunch of invites that I cannot go to. Because I'm not just gonna drop the LP and go to your battle, sometimes even when I do go to a random invite, it's like, oh wow, you came to me, I don't know why I invited you for, it's just like random stuff like that. So I just don't have the luxury and stuff for that. I'm not gonna drop an LP just to go to your battle. And sometimes people even feel like I'm ignoring them by not going to the invite, like I'm ignoring them on purpose by always declining their invites or something, when it's not me. I'm just receiving a whole bunch of them. So I got a whole bunch and I stopped accepting because I just can't do that. But another huge main reason why I don't do this is because when I had a whole bunch of friends that I've never seen before, I just added them to the friends because they requested me. If I would try and do some kind of special video, obviously as you can see, Tanki Online must watch dropping 18 golds XPVP. At the beginning intro, I lined everyone up on the bridge and no one was really moving. That would be literally impossible if I, back when I just accepted everyone, just invited the first, whatever people and told them to do that. Would not be possible. There would be molds driving up and down. Even when I do have these trusted people inviting them, I still had like 2 times where I had people, driving up and down. So I realized that, accepting everybody, I really don't have any, I can't see who is a decent friend, who will listen, who will respect me, and other people who just, molt around on purpose every single time in the battle just to ruin it. So I was basically, now I'm like, forcing, not accepting anymore because I have, I don't need a whole bunch of people that I don't know to go ahead and try and ruin my battles. Sometimes, very, very rarely, the way I do accept, one person or two, these people were like showing their respect to me. They were, sending me a blue sphere, and they said, and they've been with me already for like a month and a half to 2 months in my LPs. They're online when I'm online. They're always talking to me. They're always nice to me. They're healing me up. They're showing that they respect me. They're showing that they're not going to be the person who's going to be molting around when I need to do a save the goal. They're not going to take it. When I need everyone to line up, he's not going to drive around and do flips. He's going to be the kind of guy I need when I want something special done. When I need something, hard, to be, some really cool video that requires some effort to be made and some responsible people. That's the kind of guy I need. So accepting all just really doesn't do that anymore. I'm sorry, but I can't really do that anymore. So just want to clarify, I'm not trying to be some kind of like king or whatever, so that like whatever battle I come to, you have to do whatever I say and anything. if I join a random battle in a map, you can do whatever you want. You can flip me. You could kill me, whatever, shoot me. If you're not on my team and I'm doing LP, then you can do that. But if I'm not recording and I just joined a battle, you can do whatever you want to do. That's up to you. But when I'm doing some special video that I'm trying to make for my channel, a new mode, line it up perfectly, some weird thing, make a pyramid for Instagram. I don't know what it is, but that's when, I can't really have any random people in my battles. So that's just to clarify for you guys. Very big question now is, Michael, can you invite me to battle, or can I play with you? So a while ago, last year actually, when I was a freshman in high school, I had the time to play online, a lot more, because I would be online from anywhere from like even 7 a.m. Sometimes to after server restart is the main time I would get on when I was in school. 7 p.m. my time, and I would just play for like an hour and a half, do an LP or something, do some cool things, But there's two reasons why you may not get to play with me. One is because right now I'm doing football, which is actually American football, by the way, if you guys didn't know, which is like 4-hour practices, 3.5, takes the whole day. I come home after school, not even after school. After school I have practice right away, so I come home after football practice, 7 p.m. I eat, and I have to still do homework, which I have classes, so I still gotta do homework and everything. So some days I'll just get to literally 0 minutes online. I just don't have the time for that. I gotta do other things, important things. So I won't always be able to be online all the time, especially with football and everything. But another reason why you may not get to play with me, even if I do get a day where I can play for like 20 minutes, make an LP or something. Time zones. You could be when it's 7 p.m. for me, when I can finally get on after server restart or whatever. It could be 2 a.m. for you, and you could be sleeping and whatnot, and you would have no clue that I was online, and you would be like, Michael, why are you never online? You're supposed to be online for 20 minutes. I'm online like the whole day, and you're never online. When were you online? And it's because it's 2 a.m. for you or something, so. Time zones can conflict each other. If you live in some other country that's like 12-hour difference with me, it's gonna be very hard to play with each other. So nothing I can do about that, unfortunately, but that's basically it for that question. Another popular question that I get received a lot is, Michael, what is your Skype? So my Skype, I gave it out on my old channel when I had a few thousand subscribers, and that Skype got absolutely blown up. I would get request after request after request, so many per day, and I could never answer all of them. I also got put in some really big group chats with like 100 people, and I would just get spam in these group chats that I don't need to be in, that I would never read all their stuff, and a lot of people would say, they're contacting me on Skype, say, Michael, are you ignoring me, because I got your Skype, I know this is your Skype, why are you ignoring me? Because I would just receive so many, different, messages from random people saying random things that I would, it was just too much, it was overloaded, and I didn't have the time for all of that. So my Skype is confidential. I use it only to Skype, very few people, my trusted group, a few people like that, YouTubers obviously. So that's what it's used for. I don't really give it out. Maybe one day in 5 years I'll create a third Skype account to just plainly have you guys on there or something and log on to it sometime. I don't know. But for now, it's gonna be confidential. Sorry. Okay, guys. So the question, Michael, can you give me a shout out, is an extremely popular question. And the answer to that is simple. I used to do them, obviously, in recent videos, but I stopped giving shoutouts. Why in the world would I do that, every other YouTuber does that. Come on, Michael, Reason is, Obviously I would charge for a shout out. I charge $10 for a channel shout out, right? But people would pay me for $10 for a channel shout out. Their channel would have 0, 1, 2, 3 videos, and they would expect a couple thousand subscribers, and I felt like I was ripping them off because they're not getting any subscribers. Because what am I gonna say about their channel? Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say this channel's so good, look at his videos, when he has 0, when he's put 0 effort in, when he's, even if he has 4 videos, it's like recording capture 8576 Tanki. It's like I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna feel like ripping you off just for the money to give you a shout out when you're not gonna get what you paid for. You're not gonna get the subscribers. So I turned it off because very few people are actually going to a shout out to get a mini boost, to reach a certain amount of subscribers. Usually people with like 4 subscribers and 0 effort into their channel are trying to get shout outs from me, and I'm just not gonna do that because they're just not gonna get anything from anyone. But that's kind of the main reason I don't really do shout outs anymore. Now people are expecting this. They expect a shout out from me and for them to magically be growing at 100 subs per day, to be really popular, and to have thousands of subscribers, right? That's not gonna work, because I'll tell you guys the secret. The secret to grow to YouTube channel, you can't do it through shoutouts. You can't say, okay, I'm excited for YouTube, I got all this stuff, now all I need is a shout out from a big YouTuber, and I'll start going. You can't do that. I started from scratch. I didn't get any shout outs. Other YouTubers, huge ones, they start from scratch. How do they start from scratch? Simple. You guys have to put in lots of effort and constant effort into your channel by videos 1 to 2 times a week at least. Obviously try and do voice commentary, interesting. You don't even have to do that. You just have to create some interesting content with constant 1 to 2 times a week, and you have to really start growing by yourself before you get a shout out. It can't be like this. You're growing at 0 and I just push you along and you're gonna go forever. That's not gonna. You have to be already going like this, and then I push you along faster to give you an even bigger boost. But you cannot just start from 0 videos, 0 subscribers, and just expect to have thousands of views, thousands of subs, all the support from out of nowhere. You guys are gonna have to start from your own. Make sure that your YouTube channel is already going, established, people like it. You're already figured out what's your deal, how long you're gonna upload, how often, what you're gonna use you have to get everything set up. And once you're already good to go and you've been set up and you have a decent route on your channel, then yes. But people went to me for shoutouts that have 0 of this. And I was ripping them off because they're not going to receive what they want. They're not going to receive their thousands of subscribers and thousands of likes and you're the best YouTuber in the world. They're just not going to get that if they don't have the channel content that requires. So I cannot do that, so I stopped because I didn't want to rip people off. Anyways, it's a pretty simple answer. I think you guys can understand why. Moving on. Next question is, can we play 1 versus 1? Now, obviously, I told you guys before, I have minimal time logging in already, up to 20 minutes a day, so, it's already very minimal time. And when I do log in, I'm probably going to do a regular LP, and it's probably going to be what I feel like doing for the 20 minutes that I have, because I have so little time. I can't just do everything. Hey, I'll 1v1 8 guys, I'll do 2 save the golds, 4 LPs, race for gold mode, and then, that's good for the day. I don't have that kind of luxury. I don't have that kind of time. I have very minimal time. If I do feel like 1v1ing, then maybe I'll do it. But the chance of that is extremely, extremely slim because I usually don't feel like doing 1v1s. Maybe if I'm recording a 1v1 Let's Play that I did a while ago, then the first 3 people will get a chance to do it. But other than that, I'm really not going to 1v1 a lot of people just because of the whole time issue management. So yeah. Okay, so this question, next one, is how did you get spec? How do I get spec? How do you use spec? Spec related questions. So the first one is, well, how do you use spec? I'm just gonna answer that because it's pretty simple. It's just like Tanki X Spectator, WASD controls. It has a few extra ones than Tanki X. Actually, you know, there's a few extra fancy options. But other than that, it's pretty simple. If you would have it, it's, you know, it's pretty simple to use. It's WASD keyboard, and it's really easy to use. Now, how I got Spectator, or how you can get Spectator, is a very different question. Now, to answer it, there was, as you guys know, the Tanki meetup. People met up with Kasim, obviously, as you saw in the vlog, and people asked him this question: how can I get Spectator? And he said the reason why he's not giving out Spectator anymore. You have to be part of these 4 groups to get Spectator. If you are not part of this 4 groups, then you will not receive the spec. First group, moderator. Moderators have to have spec to be able to check if people are power leveling, cheating, whatnot, you know, something of the sort. They have to moderate people. Second one, esports commentators. Obviously, they have to have a spec account to commentate on what's happening, to see everything that's happening. They really have to, you know, obviously they're commentators, they gotta see everything that's happening. The third group, it would be event organizers, something like Facebook or you know, events, or, you know, some special, you know, modes that they have. Obviously, of course, they need spec to manage everything, to make sure everything is going according to plan, to make sure, you know, everything is happening the way it's supposed to be happening. So those 3, you know, are very slim amount of people already. Now, the fourth and last group you have to be in is you have to be a YouTube channel, but not just any YouTube channel. It used to be a while ago 100 plus subscribers, and a lot of you guys still think that. You guys are thinking, once I hit the milestone of 100 subs, you know, I'll get the spec finally, you know. I used to think like that too, but unfortunately nowadays that is not the reason. That is not the case. Because thing is, he said this himself, Kasim, a lot of people, you know, 100 subscribers isn't really enough for them to give Spectator, because a lot of people would cheat. They would go, you know, separate monitor right next to them. They would see the opponent's health. They would see where the gold box is going to be dropping. They would see where the mines will be placed if it's a really intense M4 battle or something, you know. They would see a whole bunch of, you know, these things that, you know, you're not supposed to see. Is cheating. And, you know, a lot of people with just over 100 subs are like cheating and doing this whole thing. So you have to be a trusted, established YouTuber with, you know, thousands of subscribers. I would recommend going for spec probably 5K plus subs. After 5K plus, then you could negotiate with some big people, try to at least, you know, and show them, you know, hey, I got a whole community behind me. They want me to have spec. I can, you know, do really amazing things with spec, you know. That's what you gotta be doing. But the way I got spec was, you know, it took me a while. I had to go through trials and tribulations, and but after a while, I did get it. I showed them I'm trusted. I showed them I'm not gonna, you know, mess around with it and cheat, and try and serve the community as much as possible. I even, you know, give people spec photo shoots, obviously during the live stream. I do it personally. I drop a gold and I say, hey, let's do a photo shoot. You know, you just got in. They're like, oh wow, cool. You know, so random stuff like that. But unfortunately, it's basically closed for about 98% of tankers. It's not me. Don't complain to me. You know, don't be the dislike messenger to me. I'm not the one who's closing the whole Spectator thing. You know. But anyways, next question. Okay, so Michael, can we do 100,000 crystal giveaway on your channel? Now, obviously that is part of the PR services. That is included in the whole PR services package, and as I said, I kind of closed that whole deal already, because, well, number one, the really big main reason is actually because my PayPal is currently closed, not working, nada, zero, nil. It's they want me to verify it and stuff like that, and it's just, you know, right now at the moment currently it's just not working. I know a lot of you guys want to donate to my channel via PayPal. I'm sorry, you can't donate to me your $100 that you wanted to, but you know, Right now it's currently not working. I just got to get my PayPal up and stuff. And overall, the whole PR services is really closed deal to me now. It's really simple. But moving on to the next question. Another super popular question from you guys is, can you subscribe to my channel? Which always is the comment, can you subscribe and shout my channel out? Obviously I explained the whole shout out deal, but can you subscribe or can you watch my video? I will, if you have some interesting smacking let's plays with your voice, doing some cool stuff, that I would like, even, you don't even have to do that. If you do some really awesome parkour, or jaw-dropping parkour, the one that Vlog has and everything, you better believe I'll subscribe to that, But if you put effort in with your, with your voice, trying to interact with all these people, with your subscribers, and you're really trying hard, and you have decent videos, then yeah, I'm gonna subscribe to your channel. Once again, moving on. Right now, I'm gonna hit 2 birds with 1 stone, with these 2 extremely popular questions. These are the questions that I have been receiving for a really long time. I clarified it in one video, but that is not up anymore, so I gotta do it again. A lot of you guys know this, but a lot of you guys don't at the same time. It's like a 50-50 deal. How do you lag into the gold box? Some of you guys are now like, oh my gosh, yes, thank you. Answer to that. Once the gold box is dropped, by the way, before I say, you should practice this whole thing on a health box, on a double armor, on a double damage, on a nitro, on something that's not a gold box at first if it's your first try. So anyways, how to do it. You drive next to the gold box, you unplug your internet, you drive in and you plug it back in. Now, it's not completely that simple, because there's a time frame you gotta do this in. If you do this longer than 10 seconds, if you unplug your internet, you're being really slow, you drive in, oh, I'm gonna grab some water or something, you come back, oh, I'm gonna plug it back in, I forgot, it's been like, been a minute. You plug it back in, you're not gonna be in the battle anymore. But if you do it super fast, plug it back in, it's been like 2 seconds, you're gonna take the gold. So it's got to be within 5 to 10 seconds, preferably, like, just make it 7 seconds, make it, count to 7 in your head or something, I don't know what it is, just have it within that time frame of 5 to 10 seconds. And also, huge bird I'm about to knock out right now, all 3 supplies at once. Okay, very simple, very fast. Go to garage, 5,000 crystals is a pro battle pass. Pro battle pass, okay? You buy this pro battle pass, you go, you click battles, you click create, right? Now you have your whole, on the right side, the whole battles, right? Okay. You have a little option that says pro battle, and it's not checked. You click it with your mouse, and a lot, boom, it just pops up a whole bunch of stuff. Oh my gosh, Michael, now what? There's so much stuff, I don't even know what half this stuff even means. You go to the very bottom left of that little corner, it says smart supplies. Smart supplies. You turn it off, right? For the druggers, they don't need to be smart. So you turn smart supplies off. You create the battle, and you're gonna have all 3 supplies at once. It's simple. Okay guys, so I hope I answered all your questions. One thing before we go is I want to tell you guys that all the hate comments, or even if it's not to me, if it's to each other on my channel, I have a whole filter for all those words spelled or misspelled incorrectly, all those bad words. I got a filter for it, because I do not tolerate any anything on my channel of that kind of sort, any harassment, bullying, whatever it is. I don't really have it on my channel, so please don't try it. Even if you do try it, no one's gonna see it except for me, and I'll just, I'll just ban you from commenting ever again. So that's that. I hope you enjoyed this Q&A. If you got any questions that I did not answer, right below is a comment section. Go ahead and put it in. Next time I do a Q&A, I'll be sure to check it out. And thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for above 13K subs already. We're growing so fast, and see you guys all later. Peace.
we'll discover it is within each other to forgive and make amends. If I had known then what I know now, I wouldn't have said what I said. I took the long road, thought I'd be better on my own. Sometimes what's right is wrong and instead, 'cause I was too young and I didn't understand.